Juzi Your Excellency kama Wiper tulikuwa tumepeleka ni kwa parliament, statement kwa parliament kuhusu IDs. Na tumeona sasa zimetolewa, tumesemekana hakuna kulipa, lakini Wakenya walikuwa wameibiwa sana. Tunasema wale ambao walikuwa wameibiwa pesa zirudishwe kwanza, wapewe, kwa sababu as a Kenyan we are entitled to have IDs in this country. So we support you and we want to thank God for you and we are behind you. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Asante.
Thank you. Okay. We need to be bold. Kalenjins, Kambas, Kikuyus, every Kenyan, Luos are suffering under the weight of misrule. And that's why they think, Konzolo, you know, you have spoken to my heart today. When I came to greet you, that gentleman encouraged me in a manner I've never experienced before. He told me, this is not the Kalonzo I knew. This is not a different Kalonzo. Just because I was not with him in DP at the time. But now he has given me that inspiration. Whatever they say, they will use any mode of communication to give the impression that one of these days I will join William Ruto in State House. I actually don't understand what is bothering them. Because don't they realize that when they come up with misinformation or disinformation that Kalonzo is meeting Ruto in State House, and then it turns out it's not true. He is in Anijenga too. Hey, in Anijenga, so let them continue with the misinformation and we'll keep on telling the truth. But the truth as far as Kenyans are concerned is that there's no two-way traffic. There's no looking back. We are riding on the pride expressed by a man like Justice Kasanga Mulo, who was fearless. So if you don't know what is driving Kalonzo Mulo, is a spirit, Kalonzo Musyoka, it is a spirit of Justice Kasanga Mulo. Because I can't afford to let him down. He worked so hard to get change in this country. So, wakisema nimeenda kuona Ruto, waendelee, but I said the other day in Kajiado, today because of this event we lost an MCA on Wiper ticket in Kajiado Central, but other people are going there. We divided and said I must come to celebrate this great legacy. I said in Kajiado that the only time I will have proper engagement with William Ruto is when you'll be handing over the instruments of power. Because it will be his responsibility to do what Uhuru Kenyatta did. All right? And to show that institutions must work. But he's trying even to ruin the judiciary. Therefore, we will say no. The Kenyan political scene can mess you up. So please pray for those of us who are still standing. One of these days I saw a story in the Standard. In fact, Raila called me then from where I think he was somewhere resting in Malindi, because the Standard carried the headline, "The Last Man Standing." So Mheshimiwa Konzolo Mwenyao, our big brother and a leader in our midst, not just in Ukambani but this country. You know, I've seen your party DP withdraw. I was so proud. Withdraw from Kenya Kwanza. And it's amazing. They are withdrawing because they are saying, no, we have values. And I think my brother here, PLO Lumumba, will have, in his usual style, poetically, must have addressed some of the challenges that the country has been going through. And so, it's not going to be business as usual for those of us who believe in the legacy of Justice Kasanga Mulo. He was always holding my hand. And I will find him, for example, in the boys' school here, and he will give me advice. He was always in my team, preparing, negotiating. That time along with the late Justice Mutungi. I'm sure some of you may remember Justice Mutungi as well. And so, Judge, while you rest, and we pray that you continue to rest in peace, because you are one of our best, not just as a community, but as a country. When it mattered, you stood for this land. I want to tell you that as you rest, we are going to carry on the struggle. And luta continua. And this is the time We are almost there. And I can tell you, I am not a prophet, but I can tell you, we are almost there. And I can also tell you, nothing will come between the aspirations of the Kenyan people in terms of the country they want to see and the current, in spite of the current challenges. So, give you an example. Kenyans have spoken. Look at the events of these last few days. When a whole president goes to ostensibly launch projects in the capital city against a backdrop of 6 million Kenyans jobless, and they were so upset, you know, they couldn't even take their children to school. President apitia routine, one day notice, fungeni shule, hamutaenda biashara. And then in Mathare, what happened there? Young men followed him on motorbikes. By the way, it was Mzee Kibaki and us who removed the taxation on motorbikes, and then we brought all these border borders you see. Border borders those days used to be bicycles, remember? So the proliferation in terms of mode of transport was thanks to President Kibaki. They followed Ruto to State House, and they told him, sisi hatuna mambo mengi, uliendo kapatia bishop 20 million shillings. Sisi hatuna haja na 20 million, we just want lunch. What does that tell you? They were sending a very strong message. They were dealt with, of course, and just because others in Isiolo, remember, they came up with a clarion call, which has become, in fact, somebody shocked me the other day, said they want to start, you know, this cryptocurrency. They want to start a Bitcoin named Ruto Must Go. If they launch it, it's going to, I think, Sami, you're an economist, and I must really recognize Sami. Sami, I can't say much about you, but you are such an endowed economist. This young man, amazing. Sami and Sylvia, there's a lot of work in progress. And that's why I want to tell you, you know, even though she is not sitting in the Senate or in Parliament, she's still working. And now Justice Muller stood for, as we have seen, for affordable housing from way back. But this affordable housing in Ruto is something else. It's something else. That's why we have said, when we take over, because it's not a matter of if, it's when we take over, we are going to reverse all those terrible levies. Executive Order number 1, out, housing levy. It has to go. And yet we will remold it, thanks to people like Sami who know what to do in terms of economic realignment. We will still do affordable housing for people without overtaxing Kenyans. Today, every civil servant is paying to William Ruto, not his administration, 50% by way of taxation. So we'll have to come up with a policy of kuokoa payslip. Anybody with a payslip, anybody with a payslip will wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And you know, people in Nairobi, about 8 million of them did not wake up in 2022 because they thought, hii maneno, wacha tu wengine waamuke. 8 million Kenyans did not vote, qualified to vote, and they didn't vote. So this time, they are the ones, not like people wa Murima wanasema kumera, watatoka 3 o'clock in the morning to be able, and the agenda will be simple, to get our country back. Personally, I have no hatred for William Ruto, he's one of us. But we have a problem with his policies. Absolute. And then there are others in a system who believe that if you mention William Ruto, they'll kill you, thinking they are doing William Ruto a favor. That was now the essence of abductions. A group, a cartel, forming themselves extra police. I believe that even Kanja did not know about it, and before him Kome did not know about it. Wanawekwa, Kome of course almost killed us. in 2023. Yeah. Judge, while you sleep, we almost got killed in Mathare in 2023. And the guy I was almost killed with, amehama akaenda kwa Kasongo.